What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Franchise with the Miami Manatees. We have just finished up the 2025 season, and the Manatees won the whole dang thing. We are World Series champions. Just 2 years into our ownership of the Miami Marlins, we've rebranded and we have won the World Series. Now we got a lot of work to do in the offseason. We're going to have to try and keep together our core pieces. I think we're set up really nice for next season. I think we got a lot of guys under contract. There are some guys that are close or might be kind of trade pieces that we might want to use moving forward. We're just going to take a look at the roster and see. We're also going to get some new uniforms. I want to change our uniforms up for next year, make sure they're looking good. So we're going to have new uniforms this offseason, and then we're just going to kind of go through the motions of the offseason. We're also going to have the spring training. We're going to have probably a couple position battle there that we're going to want to look at and see if maybe we can make our team just a little bit better. We're looking pretty good, but I think we can get better in areas, and we're going to see what we can do in just a moment. Of course, if you missed last episode, we did knock off the Houston Astros in 6 games. Really, the story of the playoffs wasn't just that we were continuing to beat whoever we faced, but when we simulated, we were even beating it. We had created a team that was good enough to win the simulated games in the playoffs to where we didn't even have to give that much effort to win the whole dang thing. That's how good we've made our team thus far. And I think we've built a team now with enough depth and enough young guys that we can continue that on throughout the next several seasons. Of course, this might be the very last season that we do for this series because MLB The Show 25 is coming out in just a couple months, more like a month, but we're going to try and get through as much as possible this season, try to maybe expedite some things, get it done a little bit quicker because I want to try and repeat as champs in the 2026 season. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on in the offseason, and let's pop in maybe into next season, definitely spring training, and see what's going on with our team. So here are the retirees, just a quick glance on them. No one from our team retired. We're young enough. We're a very, very young team, but we did have a couple big names retired. Justin Verlander, as well as Yu Darvish was, I think, the last one I saw in here. So 3, kind of big pitchers did retire. We're going to see if any of those guys, I would say Verlander probably has an outside shot at the Hall of Fame. Other than that, unless there's one that is a free agent, I don't normally go through that, but the guys that are still on teams, those are the 3 big names. All right, well, it looks like we did miss somebody. Max Scherzer must have not been on a team. He is retiring and he is making the Hall of Fame. Surprised to see that Verlander didn't get the nod. In my mind, I think Verlander's a little better than Max Scherzer has been in his career, but that's just me. But very good career for Max Scherzer. Congratulations to Max. And let's move on. Now, just a quick rundown of kind of the off-season to-dos for right now. We only have one exclusive free agent, and I don't know if we're going to keep him along. That's our backup catcher, Christian Betancourt. It's tough to say. We might keep him, we might not. It just depends. We might just pick up another backup. Of course, we have Fabio Anaya. That is solidified his spot, especially with his playoff performance, to be the starter moving forward. And then with our staff, we signed everybody to a 3-year deal that gave us enough time to kind of move things around. It's kind of hard to say that we're lacking in an area. We just won the World Series, so probably nothing going on with our staff. But then here we are going to hop in. We're going to rebrand our team. We're going to keep our logo. We might switch the shades of our colors a little bit, but we're definitely going to have new uniforms for next year. We're going to hop in now, and we're going to get that taken care of. And I think we're just going to let Christian Betancourt kind of go off into the sunset. We will have some more free agent possibilities coming up, but for now, it's not that big of a deal. All right, so here they are, the new uniforms. We're going to unveil them opening day. I didn't change too much. I made the blue a little bit darker, the yellow a little bit brighter. The main logo is now on the home hat, and we got rid of the pinstripes. So that's the home logo. Well, we're going to see. We're going to see what it looks like. I always want to tweak them after I see them, so you can't do that in franchise. So we're going to give these a shot, see if we like them a little bit better. And then for the ways, I went more with like a alternate jersey, right? These could probably pass as home jerseys, but I stayed away from the blue, and we're going with yellow aways. I like yellow jerseys. I think they're going to look sick. That's kind of why I wanted to change the jerseys anyways. I wanted a yellow jersey. Here we have it. We got rid of the Miami brick text and went with the main logo. And then as you saw on the home jerseys, we went with the script Manatees instead. So a little bit reversed. We kind of flipped them almost exactly, right? We're still sticking with the retros away and then the more traditional for home. So that's what we're going to see if we like them. I think they're going to look good. We're definitely going to look more flashy in the yellows, but we're going to find out come opening day. Now let's move on with the offseason, see what we have to do, see who we have to pick up and possibly even trade away before the season begins. We're going to take a look. It might not be anybody or it might be quite a bit. We're going to find out right now. Okay, so before we get into free agency and what we're going to do, obviously we're going to get a backup catcher of some sort. We let Betancourt walk. We would have had to offer him $21 million. Didn't make a lot of sense there. But we do have to make some major decisions. We have a lot of people either on their last year of arbitration or on their last year of their deal. One being Jazz Chisholm. Okay, we already have him out of position. We have the center fielder of the future in center field. He won Rookie of the Year in Casilla. And if we look at Jazz's contract, he's on his last year, 2026, and he's going to be a free agent next year. So do we either sit tight with him, play with him one more year, let him walk, or try and get something for him? That's going to be a probably the toughest decision of the offseason. Of course, we can trade him during the regular season. However, we do have a very good prospect in the minor leagues. It would make our team worse, but for the future, building for the future, we would be in a much better spot there. Then we have a couple other position players, right? One of the guys that I am almost dead certain is going to make the starting roster for the regular season is Kyle Manzardo. He's our first baseman that's going to hopefully step in and be the starter. He's only a 75 right now, and he's got basically Jake Berger, who is playing out of position at first base, and Nathaniel Lowe. However, Berger really doesn't bring anything to the table defensively. He's more of just a DH primarily, so that kind of hurts him in that aspect. However, we do have 3 more years of control with him. He is 29. He's getting a little bit older, but he's still going up in attributes. He's not declining at all. He's still an A potential. He's a very good hitter, very streaky hitter. And then Nathaniel Lowe, obviously we got in a blockbuster trade at the deadline. He was absolutely terrific for us. I like the fact that he hits for average as well as power, plays a better defensive first base. However, he's on his last year of arbitration, so we would not only have to sign him probably for a lot more than what he made last year, but he would be in the same boat as Jazz Chisholm, ready to walk. So those are some major decisions that we have to make with the position players. We have a very good farm system, so I'm not too worried about it, but putting those players in those positions would definitely lessen our team. And then as far as pitchers, I thought AJ Puk was on his walk year. He does have 1 more year of arbitration left. However, he is declining. We saw him struggle mightily in the playoffs. He's likely on the move. The only other guy that might demand a little bit more money as far as pitchers go is Edward Cabrera. He is in arbitration now. However, he is a vital part of our plans moving forward. He's 27 with A potential. I think he has the potential to be a 1 or 2 starter for us in the next coming years. But of course, we're going to see what he's asking for. If he becomes an overpaid pitcher, he would then be somebody that would be expendable to trade away, so that way we could get a little bit more cap room and sign the guys that we absolutely want. Of course, we have a ton of pitchers in the minor league ranks ready to make the jump. So the pitching situation looks very good. It's okay if one of the guys might not fit as far as budget goes for us. So that's pretty much it as far as the big decisions. Of course, Tyler O'Neill is on a walk year. We kind of signed him to a smaller deal, knowing that we would want somebody younger to take his place. He's right field playing left field. That's probably still going to happen. He might play his way into a contract, but he is 30 years old. And then our relievers, we had talked about it last year, that what we do with our relievers is kind of a revolving door. We made some good trades, so that way we had people for the next several years, but people like Jeff Hoffman, Jonathan Loaizaga, guys we signed in free agency, we're willing to let walk and maybe pick up a couple more next year. So not only do we have a young team in the big leagues, we also have a very, very good farm system, which means we are set up to be successful for the years to come. We just have to decide now who and when are we going to make room in the bigs for these guys? As you can see there, our top 3 guys in AAA are all starting pitching. We obviously have a log jam in the majors. We're already trading away AJ Puck to make room for Espino, who's on the big league roster right now. But Noble Meyer looks like he's ready for the bigs right now. I'm probably going to leave him down for one more year just because, like I said, we have so many starters. We're the second best pitching team in the majors right now. So even trading away Puck, we're going to diminish a little bit. And he could use one more year, just only being 21 years old. And then as we look further down, we start to see some position players. We did make some position changes with some of our prospects. Our number 1 overall pick, Fernando Silva, was a shortstop, as you can see him here, and we moved him over to third base. We had talked about doing that. We moved him to third. He can still play shortstop. He looks like a massive power bat. He's going to need some time to develop, but I could see him being that future third baseman probably next year or maybe the year after. Just depends on how he progresses. He is an A potential, so he's going to probably skyrocket pretty quickly if he takes to third base. And then because we moved him to third base, we had Jacob Berry sitting there. The only reason I didn't leave Jacob Berry at third is because he was a B potential and not an A potential, which is kind of why Silla took that spot. But we still did move Berry. We moved him to the outfield. That was one of the positions he could play. So now he's a left fielder, third base. He could be easily our next left fielder, right? Our big prospect is about 19 years old, or he could slide into a DH spot, which raises questions about who are we going to trade and when it comes to probably the 3 guys on our list right now are Nathaniel Lowe, Jazz Chisholm, and Jake Berger. And then we also have Tyler O'Neill that's on a walk here. We might just let him walk. But if we want to make room for one more guy, which we're probably going to have to trade one of those 4 to make room for Manzardo to be a constant starter. Granted, we'll be taking a hit as far as, you know, our overall how good our team is, but I think it's better to get guys up and playing so that way they can excel rather than waste away in the minor leagues. Manzardo's a perfect case. Jacob Berry is getting close to that, being 24 years old. We might see him as a September call-up again, or possibly maybe an all-star move to bring him up. We shall see how he progresses. And then we do have some other guys, right, that maybe are a year out. Tamar Johnson, probably the best second base prospect in the game right now. He's probably a year out. That's probably why Jazz will probably hang on. I'm gonna decide maybe to sign one of the big 3 right there, either Berger, which he has 3 more years left. Nathaniel Lowe we could re-sign. However, we have Manzardo, Jazz Chisholm, probably the guy to re-sign, but he would have to become a consistent second baseman, maybe the ability to move to left field. We shall see. And then James Wood is another guy that can easily take over the starting role once Santander either diminishes defensively, right? Whether you'd move him then to DH, or if his contract's up, we have a guy set for that. Other than that, everybody else is fairly young in our infield, and we're gonna make some moves now to try and further shore up that we stay young, and then we have a good secondary option in the minors if those guys either don't pan out or if their contract's up. All right, now this is where things start to get a little hairy. This is our arbitration, basically workbook here. We have a lot of people arbitration eligible. We know some of these guys are 1 year away from their walk year. Nathaniel Lowe has 1 year of arbitration left. We have plenty of money right now. I've not re-signed anybody. We're going to take a look at that next. But first, this is kind of where I'm leaning as far as making room for Manzardo, because we want Manzardo up so that way he can win the Rookie of the Year and we can get another draft pick, right? That's what we want to do. Espino has an outside shot to do it. Manzardo, I think, has a realistic shot to do it. But if we just pop into Nathaniel Lowe here, we can kind of see what we're dealing with. If we offer arbitration, he made $8.5 million last year, which is not bad, right? It's a little spendy for our Marlins club. But then when we go back here and we say make an offer, we get to see what he's actually asking for. He's actually asking for quite a lot more money. He's going to be asking for 11.3, which is very close to what we're paying Santander. He would become one of the higher paid players on our team if he were to win arbitration, right? If not, we can hold on to him, maybe sign him, trade him at the deadline. I don't know if we're going to do either of those things. He is a very good candidate to trade away almost immediately, right? We might as well just call him a loaner at this point for the second half of the year. And he did well for us. I would love him to be on our team. However, with the impending doom that we see here, we might want to trade him away. The question is, though, what are we going to get for him? And then you see AJ Puck there, right? He's almost a given to be traded away. We thought it was his walk year last year anyway. So we kind of said goodbye to him, right? Already. He's going to get traded mainly because he's a declining asset. He's 30 years old. It's time to see him go. I don't know what we're going to get for him. I think we can get a lot. I have an idea of what I want to do, depending on what free agency looks like. Because he's declining and because he's kind of odd man out at this point, he's on the move for certain. And then two, another reason Edward Cabrera kind of took that next step, especially in the playoffs, and he's sitting there arbitration eligible. We're going to make an offer to him and probably the rest of the guys on here. I think most of these guys, because our season was so good last year, they're going to be asking for more money. So hopefully we can find a middle ground in arbitration so that way we're not spending too much on these guys for a year or two. And then real quickly here, this is just where we're going to re-sign everybody. I'll try and re-sign most of these guys. Obviously, if they're like a D potential under 60, I'll let them walk just because they don't really stand a chance. And then some guys I'll pick up, but most everybody here I'm going to make an offer to, and then we can always cut them down the road. I'll take the hit on the money. I'm okay with that. Even though we are a small budget team, it's not that much. And then here it is, free agency, right? This is where you can make or break your team. Obviously, we had a Cy Young winner and our best offensive player come out of free agency last year in Anthony Santander and Corbin Burns. So you can make a lot of moves here. I don't think we're going to be as big of players this offseason in free agency, although there are a lot of good players out there. Some are just a little bit too rich for my blood, but we don't really need a lot of help. We kind of addressed kind of the bench roles in our trades last year, which is where we would kind of go. I might pick up a sixth starter here if we're trading away Puck, who's in the 80s, and putting Espino, who is a 76. We could add some depth with a little bit better sixth starter than Sixto Sanchez, who is a 71 overall. Maybe we can get like a 75, 76. Mike Soroka would be a perfect candidate for that. We're likely going to go after him. He is a 75 overall B potential, still increasing, which is good, and only 28 years old. He would fit nicely into that sixth role and not cut too much into Daniel Espino's time there. So he's probably a guy we're going to go after. And we usually add depth, right, via the relief pitchers in free agency. We did a lot of that already, and I think we're set up. We do have one or two guys that are on walk years. They might be, trade deadline type guys, or they might just stick with the team. TJ Antone might be the only guy that we would go after. I don't know if we will. We'll just have to see what we can do as far as trades and stuff like that. The other thing too, we did lose our catcher. We might hop in here and find one. However, my plan with Puck is to maybe find our backup catcher via trade with Puck. And two, we might find that as well if we decide to trade a Nathaniel Lowe. I'm saying right now, as we're going through this, it's probably between Nathaniel Lowe and Jake Berger. Jake Berger might keep his spot just because he has 3 years of control. Nathaniel Lowe likely on the move. I don't know yet. I'm going to have to get in there and see, but I think we're probably going to make 2 trades. I'd like to have our team set for spring training. Whether we get a catcher or not, I'm not sure, or a 6th starter. We'll just have to see, but everything else is pretty much set in stone. I'm okay for the coming season. Nothing too pressing that we need to address in free agency at this time. All right, so here we go. I said I was going to trade him, and I'm going to do it. And this trade might seem a little lopsided for the opposite team, but that's the luxury we have at this point because of how we set up our team up to this point. So we're going to go after a backup catcher, but not just any backup catcher. I want depth at catcher that we can have for the years to come and not have to worry about drafting a catcher, picking a catcher up in free agency. We will never have to worry about that unless one of these guys catastrophically falls off the table. But I had decided between 2 guys. One is Julio Espinoza for the Rays. He's a 24 A potential, 73 overall. He would be our backup. Both these guys would be our backup. Espinoza was in the draft a couple years ago. We really liked him, and we went with Fabio Anaya instead. So we'd be getting both of the guys that we want. Or the other choice would be to go with Kyle Teal here. If we look at Kyle Teal, we're getting more of a defensive guy, right? He would still be the backup catcher. However, he would only be defensive. He would probably play only against lefties. He's okay against lefties. We would have Fabio Anaya kind of thrust towards the front and always be, the starter. But then if we look at Julio Espinoza, he seems to fit a little bit more what we need. If Fabio Naya is going to be the starter, he can play against lefties, and that's kind of where he excels. I wish he was a little bit better defensively, but obviously we can work on that. And I think this is probably the guy that we need, and he's going to be with our team for quite a long time. As we can see here, like I said, he was in the draft just a year ago. We would have control for 6 more years with him. Like I said, we would have a two-headed monster at catcher to really have and play with for the next 6 years. And if Espinoza ends up taking the starting role, that's fine too, because we've got Fabio Anaya, who we know is a stud, right behind him. I think it's a perfect opportunity to do this, and the Rays do too, right? They're definitely interested. I'm not going to stack this deal like I normally do. They don't have really much anything else to offer. I thought about maybe looking at a 6th starter here, but this is just nice and easy. The catcher we're getting rid of is like a 28 D potential, right? Like I said, it's a little lopsided. It's an 80 overall, basically for a 73, but long term, it's a very good deal because Puck, even if we re-sign him, is walking at the end of this year, and Julio Espinoza is going to be with us for 6. At 24 and an A potential, he could easily turn into an 80, 85 catcher in that time. All right, so here we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Boom. Easy enough. Now I think we're going to probably make one more trade. There are a couple guys, like I said, Nathaniel Lowe, I keep bringing his name up. It has to be the right trade, right? It has to be something that makes sense for the team like that one did. It might just be bolstering our farm system. I don't know. I really want Manzardo to play because it's my team and I don't care. I don't care if we have the best team. Manzardo is the guy I want to play at first. So for this next trade, I went back and forth of whether or not I even should do it. We decided we were going to carve away some space for Kyle Manzardo to start, which basically meant Nathaniel Lowe might be on the move, right? His contract looks like it's going to be extremely high. He's in arbitration. All these things against him. We talked about Jazz Chisholm. He's probably going to stick around because he's just too versatile, plays too many positions for our team. And we also talked about Jake Berger. He's kind of the prototypical DH is where he's at now. But when I looked at it a little bit further, I realized I might not want to trade Nathaniel Lowe. And that's because regardless of who we trade, the other guy is going to be in the same boat middle of the year next year. So if we trade Lowe now, Berger's the guy on the hot seat in 3 months and vice versa, right? So when I take a look at it and think for a 1-year deal, who would I rather have? I'm kind of leaning towards Nathaniel Lowe. He just kind of checks more boxes for me. And I think I might be able to handle his potential high salary for just 1 year, especially if we commit to saying, no, next year we're going to bring somebody else in, someone young to kind of maybe fill that DH spot, or Santander might be moving to that DH spot. And this kind of proves my point as we're looking at Berger now, right? He has the more years on his contract. We have control of him for longer, but I'm telling you, I'm going to want to trade him for the same reasons you're looking at right now. He doesn't have a position. So I kind of made up my mind. Berger is on the move. It took a while to come to this decision, but we're going to move Berger. We're going to try and get the absolute most for him, and I think I found a deal that works. So in this deal, we're dealing with the Brewers, and I added Sixto Sanchez, which is our former number 6 starter, right? We're going to go out and get one, add a little bit more depth. Sixto's kind of declining. He's a 71 now. He wouldn't even make the roster. And then just a relief pitcher that isn't too good. He's just kind of a throw-in player, but we're getting possibly the hottest young reliever in the game. He's an A potential 80. It's Abner Uribe, and we've got control with him for 4 years. So he's going to probably take over the setup role once our guy kind of diminishes. He's the next in line. It might be a battle for that 8th inning spot, but this guy looks like he could be it. It's a big pickup there. And then for the second guy, I want to get the most bang for my buck. It was a little bit harder to find. I thought maybe I might go with Terang. I'm going with Weimer here. It just adds a little bit of defensive help in our outfield, which he's an 81 and a B potential, which is pretty good. We also have control with him as well. And then he'll kind of be more of a lefty specialist, but it just kind of bolsters the depth in our outfield. And I think too, what happened to 2 of our youngsters, you could kind of tell second half of the year, both our center fielder, Casilla, and Fabio Anaya, both rookies, kind of fizzled out at the end of the year. So now we've addressed both areas, right? We have Weimer that can play center if he needs to and kind of give Casilla a rest. And then we've also addressed the catching position before. So overall, I think it's a good deal. You could say also that we're taking maybe a step back with this deal, but like I said, we're at a point in the franchise where we can start to take risks because our team, I think, is so good and we have so many young players behind them that could take over at a moment's notice. It's okay to make a riskier move like this. So we're going to go ahead and get it done, and I think that should be it for the trades. And now we're just going to probably go out and get Soroka. I'll check in there when we sign him. And one other note about this deal, because we got another right fielder, I will be moving Tyler O'Neill to left field permanently. So we're going to switch his position just so that way we're not right field heavy and Tyler O'Neill can actually play his normal position and maybe win an award there. All right, so the only free agent signing we made was Mike Soroka. We did that early on. Now the only other real signing we're doing other than arbitration, all those people you saw before, I did offer arbitration to. And then in our renewing contracts, I am offering Yuri Perez a 4-year deal, which takes him to the end of his arbitration. $4 million a year, I think, is a great deal because if he enters arbitration, he can ask for a heck of a lot more, especially being a 95 overall. So we're going to hope he signs that deal, and then we don't have to worry about his contract coming up. Then I just got to make the 40-man roster, and then I believe we are on to spring training. We're going to have probably only one position battle, maybe two, we'll see, but then we're gonna hop right into opening day. Here real quickly now is the breakdown of the draft lottery. We're obviously gonna be the last pick in the draft. We won the entire thing. We went from first overall all the way to 30th. It looks like the Nationals, Rockies, and Athletics have the best shot at getting it, and the Nationals end up getting their #1 overall pick. We'll probably just keep an eye on who gets picked in those top 3. We might be trade targets later on because we want a young, youthful team that is very good, and we're getting there. We're getting there. It's going to be hard this year with the 30th pick, but we'll make it work. So when it's all said and done, this is what our team looks like heading into spring training. You see, we are still ranked 2nd overall according to their power rankings. Our power has dipped a little bit, which is natural considering Berger was a pure power hitter. So now he's gone, our power is down, but our defense has gone up to 1st, and our pitching is now 1st overall. So overall, we look like a very, very formidable team so far, but the season is long. We're going to see what happens. We're going to start with spring training. One other thing too, we did lose a bunch of our arbitration hearings. We didn't win a lot. We did win Nathaniel Lowe's, but it's still an $8.5 million contract. However, some of the other guys bumped by $2 or $3 million. Our team salary sitting at $125 million, still probably in the bottom 3rd as far as all 30 teams go, if I were to guess. So not bad at all, right? We're a small market team. We look like a small market team on the budget there, and we're 2nd in the bigs in their power ranking. Overall, pretty good game plan we got going for low budget players, maximizing their potential. All right, so we're into spring training now. I'm just going to simulate through. I never play spring training. I'm going to simulate half, though, and kind of check the stats. What we're looking for, kind of the only things we're kind of really looking out for is Jordan Westburg. If he can keep up his performance from the playoffs, he's basically gets to keep his spot. We obviously brought in Gabriel Arias to maybe push him and maybe take his spot. It hasn't happened yet, so we're going to keep an eye on both of those guys. And then we do have a couple newcomers. We have our new catcher as well as Joey Wiemer, who we just picked up. Those two guys, we're just going to see how they fare. Joey Wiemer has a realistic shot to take over for Tyler O'Neill if he struggles. However, Tyler O'Neill had a all-star type year last year, but didn't get any credit because he was a right fielder playing left. They didn't give him the love. He probably would have made it if he was a left fielder. Now that he's in left fielder, we're going to see if he can hold on to his job. I think he'll be fine, but just another thing to keep an eye on. All right, so I'm probably just going to simulate here to the 10th, and then we'll play it as is. All right, halfway through, this is what the stats look like, and Gabriel Arias is doing very well. Granted, he does not have quite the at-bats that Westburg has, but Westburg is holding his own too with almost 3 times the at-bats. So something to keep an eye on. Like I said, if Arias continues to hit like this, he might find himself creeping into that starting lineup. And then Wiemer is struggling a little bit, kind of to be expected, right? We didn't expect him to blow the doors off and be this unbelievable offensive weapon. Kyle Manzardo also struggling as well. You know, it's going to take time for him to get used to the big league pitching, and you can see there that he is struggling a bit now, but he's going to get the full spring training to kind of get on track. All right, and then we're just going to simulate through the rest real quick. That's not good. Going into the regular season, we'll just keep him active. Sandy Alcantara gets hurt. Okay, keep active. All right, here again are the stats, this time for the entire spring training, and we might have something. There might be a position battle going into the regular season. Gabriel Arias basically led the team in OPS, granted he only had 27 at-bats, but he looks like he might be somebody that if Westberg, who as you see all the way down here, like I said, this is sorted by OPS. That's kind of what I go by. That's kind of my metric. He's a ways down there, 716. That's right kind of on the cusp of where I want people to be on my team. 700 is kind of the cutoff. So we'll continue to keep an eye on it. It would be big because Arias excels against right-handed pitchers, which is primarily the starting spot, which would mean Westberg would indeed be a bench player only getting time against left-handed starters. So that is something to look for. Other things to note, our new catcher, Julio Espinoza, did very well for himself. 41 at-bats, 876 OPS, very good. And then, too, we had both of our first basemen, Manzardo and Lowe, struggle throughout spring training. We don't really have another option for there now. We had Berger, and so we're just going to have to see. That's what the risk was, and that's what we're going with. Hopefully they sort things out in the coming days because the regular season is coming up next. All right, so here we go. Opening day. There's the lineup. We had some late breaking news. Jackson Holliday bruised his arm in the batting cage, so we put in Gabriel Arias. So he's going to get a shot with Westberg to see what he's got. He's hitting 8. So the lineup looks a little bit different. But we get to get our home debut at Sunshine Vice with the new unis against a formidable foe, our rivals, the Philadelphia Phillies. Of course, last year it came down to the last day for us to take the division. So this is a huge game to start. All right, there we go. New unis. Yuri Perez on the mound. I don't know. I think I like them a little bit better. They look very similar to the ones with the pinstripes, but a little bit better like the Manatees script a lot. So here we go. All right, starting everybody off with fastball. We'll probably fly through this game. It's been a long episode full of a lot of talking, but we're going to try to, there we go, 2 strikes already. Try to make quick work of the Phillies here. Go back to this fastball. I mean, that's going to be a pop-up. Manzardo gets to test out his defense. Let's go. Let's go, baby. 1 out. Bryce Harper now with 2 outs, top 1. Yuri Perez coming off the strikeout, trying to make quick work here. There's strike 1. We're going circle change. Got him. Come on, maybe one more. One fastball in. Dangerous pitch to Bryce Harper. Oh, yeah, gets him ground out. Jazz Chisholm there. Quick work in the first. Let's go. All right, they got Aaron Nola. Of course, had a very good year. Basically fought tooth and nail for Corbin Burns for the Cy Young. Corbin Burns ended up winning it. We got Andres Casilla leading off. I'm putting him in the leadoff spot to start this season. Try and get him to excel there. We're going to see if he can right now. Come on. No. Terrible start for Casilla. All right, Tyler O'Neill. It was Jackson Holliday in the 2 spot. Of course, Jackson Holliday had that late injury, which doesn't happen often in this game, but did happen to me. So he's back in the 2 spot. He'll likely hit 6. 1-0 now. Come on. Come on, Tyler. Oh, yeah. There we go. Right movement. Put him up in the 2 spot. We got an early lead. Tyler O'Neill says, Joey Weimer, who? Don't forget about me. 4-0-3, 101 off the bat. All right, 1 out. Top 2. Riamuto up. Come on. Boom. All right, it's 0-2 now. We're going to try a circle change outer half here. Try and get him to go. We always got that. Oh, no. First hit given up. That's all right. That's all right. Settle back down. 1-2 now to Stott. After the stolen base by Riamuto caught me off guard. One fastball in on the hands here. Yes, sir. Got him. My God. Now we got Stone Garrett trying to get out of this. Come on. Strike 1. Dangerous pitch. Slider now. Strike 2, baby. We're going back to that fastball. Here we go. Oh, man. All right, we're going to try this circle change. Have not thrown the curveball yet. Saving that for second time around. Gabriel Arias, first stride, no. Throw him out. Throw him out. No way. Rio Muto scores. It's 1-1. And that was a mental error. Mental error not throwing down. All right, bottom two quick outs. We're looking to answer the run in the top of the inning. Gabriel Arias gets his first at bat. Oh, man, and he absolutely smokes that ball. Holy smokes. He might play his way into a starting spot. Whoa, off the batter's eye. We get the lead back. It's 2-1, baby. 438, almost 109 off the bat. Gabriel Arias? Anyone? Don't know. Westbrook better watch out. All right, after the walk to Trey Turner, we got one out in top of the third. We're going to be a lot more conscious of the stolen base here. Fastball, or change up to start. Now we're going fastball. Strike two, baby. Come on. Curveball. No. All right, back to the circle change. Got him. Sit down. All right, after 2 strikeouts and a walk to Trey Turner, we've got Bryce Harper up. He's going to get a circle change to start. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on. 1-1 now. We're going to throw him this curveball. No, base hit. Dang it. First and third now. Some more traffic for Yuri Perez. Nick Castellanos. We got a little jam here. Missed the mark there. Oof. Missed the mark there too, but he looked at it. We're going curveball. Try and get a ground ball. Oh, he swung. Come on, baby. Come on. 1-2. Come on, get out of this. Got him. Yes, sir. Strike out the side. Left 2 guys on, but still, we hold it 2-1. Good job by Yuri Perez. All right, after nothing happening for the offense in the bottom of 3, we got top 4. Look to have our 1, 2, 3 of our own here. Hopefully. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, come on. All right, well, Yuri Perez has got to work on his footwork a little bit. Thought he had it. JT Realmuto's back on base. They think it's a hit and run. I'm throwing a circle change. Come on, you got to call that. We're going slider, back-to-back off speed, and that ball's smoked. Get there, Santander. No, he's not going to get it. My goodness, this might tie up the game because he can fly. We're going to give it a shot. I don't think so. Come on, baby. Get him. Oh, come on, he's out. Oh, my gosh. Rio Muto again finds his way on and finds his way home. It's 2-2. All right, 2 outs now. We're looking like that might be the only damage. Hopefully. We got Johan Rojas. Oh, boy. That almost got slapped down the line. We're going fastball in his face then, huh? Pew! Come on, baby. 0-2. Circle change. For the win. Yes, sir. He rung him up. Get out of another one, but it's still back to tied. Our offense has got to figure it out. 1 out now. Bottom 4. We're looking to get that run back, get the lead back. Nate Dogg takes a ball. Here we go. Come on, Nate. You know, we chose you over everybody. Ball up. 2-0 now to Nate Dogg. Come on, buddy. Need it. I mean, that he might beat that out. Yes, sir. That's going to be a C&I single right through the middle. We got business. We know what happens when we get runners on. Jordan Westberg 0 for 1. Gabriel Arias 1 for 1. I mean, that ball's hit well. Let's go get down ball. Yes, sir. Keep him chugging. Can he score from first? No, we're going to keep him second and third. 1 out. Looks good. Westberg really just responded to what I just said. Now we got Fabio Anaya, who had a terrific playoff. Needs to find that form again. No, that's going to be a sac fly, though. We're testing it. I believe it's Rojas. I don't know if he's got much of an arm. No, not even close. Whoa, a lot closer than I thought. But we get the lead back. Fabio Anaya comes through. Yikes. Top 5, 1 out. We got 2-1 to Brandon Marsh. I'm going to try this curveball again. Haven't thrown it a lot. Yes, sir. Ground ball. Oh, Jordan Westberg. I mean, it's like the game knows that I've created that little like side story. I mean, I don't know. 1 runner on after the error by Jordan Westberg. Bryce Harper is going to see a curveball to start. No, come on, man. Circle change. Come on. Could not get him. They are stealing all over us at this point. All right, after the walk, we got Realmuto up. We've got to get him here. Absolutely have to get him. We're going circle change to start. There we go. Slider. Yes, sir. One more, baby. One more. Fastball up. Oh, man. All right, we are going curveball. Come on, man. Back to this slider. Yikes. Fastball in. Oh, my goodness. I mean, this at-bat alone is taking Yuri Perez out of the game. It's 1-2 to Realmuto. We're going back to this curveball. Gotta hit it. No. We're going slider. No, and it's a base hit to tie up the game. Come on, man. Yikes. Realmuto has killed us. All right, Bryson, start now. Stop now. Oh, my gosh. Hung a changeup, and it is 6-0. I'm keeping him in there. I'm keeping him in there. My goodness gracious. 6-3. Oh, my gosh. We hang one, and that happens. Goes from bad to worse. That's a strike blue. Unbelievable. I almost want to hit him. I'm so pissed right now. Come on, man. 6-3. Our offense has got to figure it out. Yikes. Yuri Perez would have been a good start. I would have been okay with 3 runs. 6 looks terrible. All right, the comeback starts with Manzardo. It's bottom 5. We've got to get to work. Good eye for ball 1. Let's go. And there he is, making MLB debut. Home run would be sweet here. I mean, yes, sir. Did he? Did he just... Oh, man. Come on, baby. Bounce off the wall. Get chugging. He's going to get a triple. No, hold him at 2. Don't make the first dirt out at 3rd. Come on, everyone knows that. Manzardo with his first hit. Come on, give him his glory. Give it to him. Boom. There we go. Rookie of the year. He's got to change his number. 73 won't work for me. No, sir. Pants down. I don't know either. 2 outs after the double. Nothing happening after Manzardo. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. That's going to do it. That's going to at least get us 1. We got Jazz Chisholm up, ready to tie this game up, baby. Let's go. All right, Jazz up now. Come on, man. Come on. Need you. Oh, no. Shouldn't have swung at that. That was a ball. But we get 1 back. We're inching closer. And we got a rain delay. We got a freaking rain delay. Really? It'll last about an hour. Would you like to keep? Oh, boy. I guess we'll keep our pitcher. I don't know. He was fresh coming in. It's Jonathan Loaizaga coming in because Yuri Perez couldn't get it done. Rain delay for an hour. All right, so it looks like his energy did take a little bit of a hit, but he's only going to pitch 1. So, I don't know. Here we go. We're going to throw a sinker to start. Everybody's left the stadium. 1-2 now. We're going with the slurve. And a base hit. Dang it. Man, Philly really wants to beat us. They look good. All right, 2 outs now. We got Brandon Marsh. It looks like we might not have any damage here. Of course, we thought that last inning. And they put up 4 on us. Fastball up. Otherwise, it gets pitched well. We're going sinker 0-2 here. Ooh. We're going slurve in on his feet. Gabriel. There we go. I don't know why I call him Gabriel. It's Gabriel, I think. But he gets it done there. No damage done. Good inning from Loaizaga. 2 outs now, bottom 6. Fob's up. We are struggling to get anything going. Takes the ball. Good eye. Good eye by Fobs. Aaron Nola's pitching a gem with 36 pitches through 6. Oh, man, that ball's smoked. There we go, Fobs. Ooh, buddy. Now home run ties this game up. And you know who's up. The man of the hour, Gabriel Arias, looks to basically play his way into a starting spot. I mean, that might be a double. He took a bad route. Come on, get over his head ball. Yes, sir, we're going to get 1 back. Oh, man, no, we're not. My gosh, Fabio is slow. But Arias continues to hit. All right, we finally got him out of the game. Gregory Soto, I believe, is very good. So we shall see what he can bring to the table. We've got Kyle Manzardo, could be the hero of the game here. No, flies out to end the inning. We get nothing. All right, I'm bringing in the lefty, Zach Thompson, who we acquired last year at the trade deadline. Really just for Bryce Harper, and then hopefully he can cruise through the last two. All right, here he is, Bryce Harper. He's going to see a circle change to start. Hung it. My goodness, that's what is the difference in the game. A hung circle change. We get away with it there, though. There we go, fastball. 1-1 now. This curveball is devastating if we can land it. Boom, got it. 1-2 now. We're going back to the circle change. Probably should have went cutter. Oh, we rung him up. There we go. Did his job. That's who we needed him to get. 1-1 now to Stott after we couldn't get through the 1-2-3 inning. We walked Realmuto, who has been a thorn in our side. We got Stott up 1-2, though. I'm going curveball. Stott, of course, hit the home run. Back to this fastball up. Come on, Thompson. Yes, sir, that's going to get us out of it. There we go. Now it's up to the offense. It's up to the offense. We got 3 shots at this. Let's go. Come on. All right, after Casilla continues to struggle, it's 1 out, bottom 7. 2-1 to O'Neill here. 2-2. O'Neill could easily make this a 1-run game. Yes, sir, fair ball. Come on, get on 2. We need you on 2 here. Let's go. So we keep putting pressure on him, but we gotta break through. We got the middle of the lineup to do it. All right, we got Anthony Bender now after getting turned away in the 7th. Nothing happening after the hit. Bender, of course, got demoted. He was a setup guy, now just kind of middle relief. All right, so yet again, couldn't get the 1-2-3 inning. Another walk has us facing Trey Turner. Bender was cruising, and now not so much. There we go, strike 1. Come on, baby, come on. I mean, that was missed badly. All right, 0-2 to Trey Turner. We're going way out of the zone here. Oh, my goodness. Back to this slider. Come on. Good play by Kyle Manzardo. Get over there. No damage done. Offense. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Clay Holmes on the mound. Had a very good year last year. 2.04 is very good. We're going to have to get 2 on him right now. Nate Dogg up. He's 1 for 3. Let's see what he's got here quickly. I mean, yes, sir, that's going to be a good start. That's going to be a good start. That's going to be a double in the gap. Let's go. Come on, man. Come on. Let's get this lead back. Turn it over to our closer. I would love that. All right, it's 1-2 now to Westberg. Looking to come through here. I mean, that's going to move the runner over. I mean, what are we doing, Nathaniel? Still, we got first and third. We got business, baby. We got business. All right, after the hit by Westberg, we got Fabio Anaya. He's 1 for 2 with a sack fly. Come on, Fobs. Yes, sir. That's going to drop, baby. That's going to drop. We're going to leave Westberg on second because he can score from there at any moment. We're in business right now. Quickly, it's 0-2 to Manzardo, trying to be the hero after Arias had his first misstep. Popping out. Yes, sir, that's going to drop. That's going to at least tie this ball game up. Let's go, baby. Ooh, we'll take it. Manzardo coming through yet again. Oh, boy. All right, we got him out of the game. We got Bellotti. Bellotti, who likes to potty. We love this guy. Andrew Bellotti, let's get to him. Casilla 0 for 4, ready to break out any moment. Come on, baby. Ball out. 2-0. Fabio Anaya is on second. No guarantee to score from there. Come on, Andreas. I mean, that's going to... No way they're going to double him off. We still get a chance to take the lead here. Casilla moved over the runners. He continues to struggle. And we've got Tyler O'Neill up now. Base hit needed. Oh! It was a ball. Couldn't hit that. It's 0-1 now. Come on, Tyler. Come on, buddy. He's 2 for 4, having a pretty good day. Yes, sir. That's going to do it. That's going to score 2 more. Let's go, baby. Woo, we're going to leave him at first. Make sure that run scores. It's 8-6. We came back on the Phillies. They got to be dejected. Just a full summary of last year happening in one game to them right now. All right, so after Santander couldn't get it done, couldn't add to the lead, we got Tanner Scott coming in to close the door. He's more than capable of doing so. He's got to face 2, 3, 4, though. Here we go. Good thing he's a lefty. Slider to start. Boom. Come on, man. Come on. Quickly 0-2 to Marsh. He has not seen the sinker. He's going to see it now. We're going to go outer half here. Yes, but gets it to pop out. Woo-hoo, 1 out. Man, this has been a wild, wild game. All right, 2-0 to Harper. We've got to find it here. Do not want to run her on. There we go. Gets the slider to land there. Now we're going fastball up. Oh, my goodness. My goodness gracious. Yes, sir. Oh, no, he couldn't get it. Get him at 3. I mean, he's way out. See ya. Boom. What was he thinking? I mean, O'Neill did kind of throw it on a frozen rope. I don't know. I guess give props to O'Neill there. Ground ball. Westbrook's going to find redemption in the last play of the game. We get the out. We get the win. What a comeback. Yuri Perez kind of cruising, struggled here and there, and then gave up the big home run. We were down 6-3. Kept fighting, and we came back. I think story of the game is, one, our bullpen is still really good. We pitched our bottom of the rung guys, and they were very good for us. And then Gabriel Arias maybe playing his way into some sort of DH third base type role. We shall see. Manzardo coming up huge. I mean, both newcomers looked very good. Tyler O'Neill, though, gets the player of the game. He gets the nod. He had the game-winning hit, essentially, with it was a single, but a 2-run single. Also had the home run early on to kind of get the scoring started. Gabriel Arias and Kyle Manzardo, though, like I said, both had 2 hits, and they were at big moments in the game. And then Nate Dogg, who didn't look that good, still got 2 hits. Overall, we score 4 in the 8th to overcome a big deficit, and we get a big win on opening day, saving Yuri Perez. All right, so we get the win in a wild one. Like I said, save Perez from a terrible start. He gets the no decision. We win 8-6 against our biggest rival, likely for the rest of the year. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, Arias, Manzardo, we got Uribe, our reliever, and Espinoza, our catcher, all to keep eyes on. Manzardo, obviously, we're going to push him hard to make Rookie of the Year. And then Arias, are we going to see? Is he going to take over and find a spot to play in the infield? We shall see, but it's a long season. I'm going to try and, like I said, expedite it, try and get through this entire season before the show 25 comes out. Obviously, there's no guarantee on that, but I want to thank you guys so much for watching. As always, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on The Franchise with the Miami Manatees. Thanks.